Good morning, guys. Dawn, the happiest unretired carnivore. If you're new to my channel, that's it in a nutshell. It's basically about me getting healthy and wealthy after the age of 60, 63 to be exact. The health thing, I nailed it. I am doing amazing. I'm down 56 pounds. I have more energy than I've ever had. I'm pain free. I have no brain fog. I could go on, and I have in a lot of my past videos. If you're interested, just look in my playlist for carnivore or my healthy lifestyle journey, and I talk about it in great length, and I'll give you all the hows and whys and all that good stuff. Now, the wealth thing, that's a work in progress. That's something that I just recently started working on because up until now, I just didn't even think about it, to be honest. I mean, I was so young. I thought retirement was like years down the road. I swear, I turned around and one day I was 60. I was like, what the heck? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I haven't done nothing yet. I guess from what I'm finding out, some people actually started preparing for retirement when they were 18. Nobody told me about it. I was busy living my life and raising a family and having fun. And I don't know what I thought. I don't know if it was just going to take care of itself. I was just magically going to turn, retirement age and everything would be fine. My house would be paid for and I'd have a pension or social security and it would be plenty of money and everything would be great, right? Well, I'm not alone. A lot of us thought that. Yeah, there's a lot of you that did plan, and this isn't for you. If you planned and you're doing great, you don't need to be here. This is for the rest of us that don't know what we're doing yet. We're trying to figure it out. Maybe we have some options. A lot of people planned, and like I said in other videos, life doesn't always go according to plan. Things came up. And even if you had a perfect plan and you were, you saved and you did all the right things and you played by the book, things come up, unexpected events that kind of throw you off course, which is basically what happened to us. We did plan somewhat, not a lot. We didn't do any investing. We were afraid to. We didn't have a lot of money to invest. We were scared to take the risk. I know a lot of you are going, well, that's your fault. And you're right. It was. I'm admitting it. I don't admit to, knowing it all. I know I didn't. That's why I'm here in this predicament. I am trying to make amends and, figure things out now. I wished I had the internet years ago because I am learning so much. I've been doing a lot of research and I am finding out where I went wrong and how I could possibly rectify it. Even after 60, there are still possibilities. So that's what I'm going to work towards. Our options are kind of up in the air. Like I said, we didn't invest. We have recently, my son, he does invest and he understands it. And so we just kind of let him do it for us. And he's doing a great job, but not tons of money. We're not investing hundreds of thousands or anything like that. It's small amounts of money, but it's better than just leaving it in the bank. We're hoping to see some return on this, but yeah, we're doing that. We do have a home. But even if you own your own home, you're still going to have to pay taxes and maintenance. And it's not free. It's not free living. And our goal is to be completely debt free so that we can live on our meager Social Security and our savings combined. Right now, we can't. So that's why I'm unretired. I'm back to work. I'm trying to make enough money to pay down. I still have a few small debts. My husband's paid off his car. I have a car that I need to pay for and a credit card. So I need to get those things paid for. You need to be completely debt free if you have any chance of living off Social Security and, what little savings that we have. So that's my goal. And I'm going to continue doing that. And that's where the healthy part comes in because, like I've said, I wouldn't be able to go back to work and make money right now if I didn't have my health. According to the channels that I've been watching financial planners and stuff, and they say that's the biggest obstacle for people my age and older is our health. It declines usually by the time, what did the one guy said? By the time we're 66, we will experience some major health issues. A lot of people end up having debilitating heart attacks and things that keep them from actually going back to work. And not just that, actually enjoying their retirement. Some people are forced out of retirement because they no longer can afford to live off of what savings they may have had. And even if they had a pension, it turns out it's not enough due to inflation. And so they end up going back to work. So there's a huge majority of people, well, not majority, 40%. That's a lot. 40% of people over 60 will find themselves going back to work. A lot of them for financial reasons. A lot of them just, it turned out that retirement wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Or they just didn't know what to do with themselves when they were retired. They were so used to working and having a purpose, and retirement, unless you have a lot of money and you can go and travel and do all those wonderful things, it can be boring for some people. Now, some people, I have friends who, they don't necessarily travel, but they have, their property and they're busy taking care of animals and having a garden and, friends and stuff. And they're fine. They're content. And even that would be nice. Right now, we're just trying to figure out, what do we want to do? I would love to be able to just keep my house. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know what our situation will be. Will we be able to continue to pay taxes and insurance and maintenance? Or are we going to have to sell it? And what would we do with the money? Would we buy another property, a smaller property, more affordable? I live in Southern California. There's not a lot of small or affordable properties, to be honest with you. And I'm not leaving my kids. So moving to another state just isn't an option. A lot of you have offered that advice, and I understand and I appreciate that, but it's never going to happen. This mama ain't ever leaving her kids and her grandkids. I'll live in a tent out here before I move out of state, just to live nicer, I guess. I need to be near my loved ones. That's going to be the quality of my life, is being with my family and my grandkids. So yeah, do we do that? A lot of people are selling their homes and, traveling, living in RVs and vans. That's an option. Although I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, do not do that. That's the dumbest thing. And honestly, that is kind of scary to me. I would like to do that, but I would want a home base, because we are older and, even though we're in great health right now, who knows what tomorrow will bring? What if one of us has, something serious happen and we have to get off the road? What are we going to do? Park our van in our son's driveway? So that kind of scares me. But, sometimes you don't have a choice in these matters, and they're your only option. So it wouldn't be the absolute end of the world, but it's not my first choice. A mobile home. A lot of people, especially where I live, there's mobile homes everywhere. Back in the Midwest, it wouldn't be a viable option because of tornadoes and stuff. But out here, you're relatively safe. But I just don't know about living in a community where people tell me, what I can and can't do. And my kids and grandkids can't come over. People will complain. And you still have your space rent, even if your mobile home's paid for. And there's just so many other factors. It's just, but it's an option if things happen and we had no other choices. These are our options as blue collar workers. We're not wealthy people that have different options. You know what I'm saying? These are the options available to us in our financial situation. So yeah, I can't be a choosy beggar, as my mom used to say. I don't know which option we're going to choose. Right now, I'm trying to open up our options by going back to work, paying off what debts I have, and hopefully freeing up more of our money, and so it'll allow us to stay here indefinitely. I would like to do that. We could turn the garage into a small apartment maybe and rent it out, or, rent out one of the bedrooms. Just, things I'm thinking about. I don't know. I mean, and each one of these options I know comes with cons as well as pros. So I do know that because I know for every option I'm telling you guys, I'm sure I'm going to hear from some of you that are like, no, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. I know. But I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out. And that's what my channel is about, is trying to figure out what's going to be best for us. I love watching the channels where people did everything by the book and everything's working out and they're doing all the wonderful things I always dreamed of. I still have hope. I still have hope that we'll be able to stay in our home and maybe have enough money to travel, not fly to France or anything like that. I'm talking about we would like to buy an inexpensive RV or van, fix it up ourselves, and just do some leisurely travel, go up the coast, see the sights, visit friends and family. That's our dream. It's not a huge dream, but we're entitled to have a dream. We raised a family. We did work hard. We should be able to do that if that's what we desire, as long as we can afford it. So that's what I'm working towards. And my husband too, he's still working. He's only a year older than me. And like I said, I've been watching videos of people that are doing quite well, and it's encouraging. And then I've been watching videos of people that have suffered from, events that were out of their control or unexpected. One of the biggest factors that can really throw you off your retirement plan is divorce. A lot of people go through really messy divorces later on in life, and that can really jack things up. I used to say, my mom used to say it was, cheaper to stay married than to split up. And I can see that. I'm hearing stories from people that, once you split that, neither one of you can afford it. So it's like, in some cases, I know it has to happen. It's for the best, but man, that can really mess you up. And, alimony and all that terrible stuff. And then there's situations where jobs have folded, in this economy, it happens quite a bit. People have been in the same job for years and years, and through no fault of their own, the company closes, and all of a sudden they're in their late 50s, early 60s, and they have to find another job. And if they're like my husband, that's exactly what happened to him after being with the same company for years and years and years, 30 years. Unexpectedly, it closed. He got like a week's notice. And then he had to just find another job doing the same exact thing. But he knew, he had worked his way up. So he was making good money. He wasn't going to start off making that kind of money with another company. So yeah, it was a setback, but we rolled with it. My husband's a hard worker. He's made the best of it. He's doing good. But he would like to retire. He would like to retire. And I want him to be able to, and I want us to be able to enjoy our life. And that's why your health is so important, because even if you don't get to retire, if you're not feeling good, life is miserable. And even if you are retired, if you're not feeling good, life is miserable. So that's the best advice I can give anybody, is to take good care of your health. That is everything. It has been transforming for me. It has changed my entire life, because I was on the other end. I was very sick. I thought there was nothing left for me. I thought I was just on that downward decline. And I expected I wouldn't live to 70. Honestly, that's how bad my health was. Now, and I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, I'm thinking I've got at least another 20 years. I could outlive my money. And that's not a good thing either. So it's like, geez, maybe I should rethink this health thing. No, I want to be around. I want to watch my grandkids grow up. I want to be there for my kids. I want to enjoy the years that I have left. I want to have quality of life. You know what I mean? I don't want to just sit home with an oxygen tank. And no offense, because I know people that are on that. That was terrible. I shouldn't even said that, because that happens. That happens even to people that thought they were taking care of themselves. Things like that do happen. And I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I don't know how we're going to do health-wise. My husband did end up having a heart attack in his 50s. And I've talked about it in prior videos. He was probably the most fit person I've ever known. Worked out every day since we were married. He's always taken very good care of himself. Doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, wasn't on any prescription drugs. He ate what we thought was healthy, the standard American diet. Actually, he didn't follow the standard American diet. He always ate better than that. He didn't eat junk food or fast food. But yeah, he ended up having a heart attack. Turned out it was genetic, and there was nothing, he could have done. He had had some prior indications something was wrong, but every time he went in, they would check him out and say, he was fit as a fiddle and send him on his way. Um, and then it happened unexpectedly, and that kind of changed the direction of our lives. But we rolled with it. There's just things that have happened throughout our life that we didn't expect, and I'm sure that's happened with a lot of you too. So don't feel bad if you are at this point and you're not prepared or you're not ready. You can still, there's still time. I've watched Dave Ramsey, I've watched all these other guys, and they said, you can fix it. You can still prepare. And that's basically what my channel is going to be about. You guys get to watch and see if I do fix it, if I can, retire. How are we going to retire? We don't know, but I'm going to document it. You're going to get to see, and hopefully things will turn out okay. I don't know. I just want to keep working at it, and I've been doing my research, and I'm learning a lot of things that I wish I had known. But my parents, they didn't know how to manage money. They were fortunate. Well, no, they really weren't fortunate. They worked hard. My parents worked hard. My mom worked hard, and my dad, he was in the military. He retired from the military. I think he was 39, and he had been in it for 20 years. So he got a military pension, and then he went on to build a construction company, and he worked that till he was 82. But he also had Social Security. He had his pension. My mom had her Social Security for a brief period of time. She died in her early 60s. But finance, and he had his Social Security, his pension, and he continued working. So he worked hard, but so they always were able to live nice. We don't have that. But we're like I said, we're trying to figure it out. We're learning how to invest our little bits of money. We'll see what happens with that. We could lose it all. That's a risk we're taking. But at this point, we really don't have much options. We have to do these things. And if worse comes to worse, I guess we could just move in with another old couple that's in the same position and share expenses. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Move in with, I would never do that to my kids, although there are generational households now. More and more families are sharing the bills, and they're living nicer. They're able to, apart, they maybe can't afford as much, but together they're able to do better. So, that's an option. We have talked about doing that with our daughter. She lived here previously, and she's a social worker. She moved up north, and it's hard. She's, as a single mom, and we've talked about doing that at some point in time. She'd like us to do it up there, buy a house and share the expenses together. That's an option. So yeah, we have several options. We just don't know what's going to work best for us. And that's the goal, is trying to figure it out. So anyway, if you're new here, I hope you'll stick with me. I don't know where this is going to go, but hopefully I can encourage and inspire you, and maybe you can help me. If you have any ideas or things you think I should know, leave me a comment. I'm willing to listen. Like I said, I'm just learning, and my mind is open. So anyway, I hope you guys will stick with me and just follow me on this journey of health and wealth, and we'll see where it takes us. I think my next video, I'm going to try and film it today. I wanted to do a video called Why, and you'll have to watch it and see why it's important. Have a good day, guys.